That was a hoax, right?
The Power Hour is live right now. Head over to KFAN.com/watch to catch all of the action, powered by our friends at Quantum Fiber.
Welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. Yeah, we are live. You can, hi everybody. You can go to KFAN.com/watch. There we are. Sauce is eating something. There it is.
Beef.
Steak.
Beef.
From
Ben's
Oh, yeah,
Friends.
that's right. They're there today. That's not fair.
Yeah, Thousand Hills is here today making steaks.
You can't smell it,
Ben's
Hawk?
over there. Oh, I can't smell it, but I can see the look on your face. It's delicious.
It's incredible.
Unbelievable.
It's artwork.
Man.
The bacon is out of this world.
Oh,
Here I am in Cleveland, Ohio, and you guys got the meat just like always. Ben, will you bring me the meat when you come tomorrow night?
Yeah, I can. I can.
That'd be good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll bring you. How do you like it? How do you?
Rare.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
I like it, a little pink.
He likes it raw.
That's it.
Covered in sauce.
There we are.
Oh, I can deliver that.
Thank you very much.
All right, great.
Power Trip Morning Show, the 8 o'clock hour. Here we are. A very successful first visit with Tom Pelissero there. Nice job, guys. It was fun to listen to.
Yeah, he's a machine.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a machine. He's a machine.
Let's do Fan 5. I got a couple of things we haven't talked about in 2.5 hours that I think are interesting.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Thanks, builders and remodelers. Sauce, you know how you start a lot of times a sentence and you'll say, like, this story's not funny or interesting? And
Yep.
we're like, well, great.
My dad's mom would lead every story like that. This
Really?
isn't funny or interesting. Yeah. I told you guys the off-air story, right? About how when we were kids, she broke her leg and they told us that it was because she fell down the stairs and we found out that she kicked the refrigerator because there wasn't any ice for her cocktails.
Right.
Yeah,
Champion.
I get it.
Yeah.
What a warrior! What a warrior!
Oh, yeah.
I think both of these stories are interesting, but you guys be the judge. I don't know what's going on in the last couple of years, but it seems like every major scandal in sports is related to chess, and we have another one.
Oh, more anal beads?
No, not this is not as
Button bar.
This is
I'm
not
sorry. His mic was on. He's ordering from Amazon right now.
Brilliant.
A Russian chess coach was arrested after attempting to poison a younger rival.
Yeah.
But here's
I saw the
how
video.
pathetic it is. Right, they have it on video. This coach appeared to smear the mercury from a thermometer on a chair before the gal's match. She got sick shortly after sitting down and immediately asked for medical assistance. She recovered, actually got second place in the tournament. This coach is facing up to 3 years in prison and a possible lifetime ban from chess. I feel like that's probably justified.
Yeah.
The player described the experience as having a, quote, lack of air and a taste of iron in her mouth.
So, how does one quickly recover from mercury poisoning?
I don't know.
How does one get mercury like that?
I don't know.
I got a guy.
Break open a thermometer.
So did this
Probably,
coach, though, expect death or just expect this level of discomfort?
I guess the court system will have to decide that. It sounds like maybe attempted murder.
I don't know. Can you
fatal?
Right, can you die from sitting on mercury?
I think so.
I would assume, yeah.
I think a mercury toxicity
Morris.
can kill you.
Sure. Then how is that not attempted murder then?
Was the Mercury in retrograde? I'll laugh at that.
Oh, he gave you. Oh, good. Thank you.
That was funny. I don't
Let's see.
need to feel guilty for laughing. Thank you, Zacco.
Mercury poisoning can affect anyone who comes into contact, consumes. Most severe cases of mercury poisoning affect children, pregnant people, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Come on, give me some more than this.
What are the side effects?
So did she just have like some green cheeks or like, because she sat on it, right?
Right.
Yeah. Symptoms of elemental mercury poisoning occur immediately after inhaling the chemical. Nausea, vomiting, bleeding, swollen gums. This sounds like
Ability to
must
tell
on a
the
Saturday
temperature.
morning.
Was this like a big competition, or was it just like a
Some big
qualifier?
I don't know, Russian tournament. I don't know. The thing that's funny to me is what Hawk was just saying, though, is that it was not like she just smeared it on the chair. It's not like she did it, behind the scenes or behind a curtain where nobody saw it. It was just she smeared it on the chair of where the gal was going to sit.
Oh, apparently, it depends on the type of mercury. If it's something called organic mercury, all you have to do is touch it. And it can give you tremors, unsteady walking, double vision, memory loss.
Great song.
Memory loss there, and seizures.
Double
So I
vision.
guess it's the type of mercury she was using.
Man, Sauce, did you drink it as a kid?
No, but wasn't mercury like readily available in like the early 1900s?
I think so.
Yeah, like wasn't that like an issue early on before they knew how bad it was?
I don't know. Where would you get it?
Yeah, where are you buying mercury?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maxim's got a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy.
Yeah, come on.
And was she naked? How does it get into contact with her skin? Will it go through your clothing like that?
It must.
She's the famous
underwear.
chess player who
Yeah.
wears caps.
Yeah, she whinnies and
The nude
poos every
knight, is that what they
tournament.
call her?
Yep. So that's one story. Here's the other one. The owner of the Drunken Scotties, the baseball team. Don't know how to pronounce his last name. Doesn't matter. Guy's a billionaire. In 2007, he bought a home in Malibu for $23 million. Think about
fancy.
what that would be in 2007 versus 2024. $23 million home in Malibu 17 years ago. Well, now he's apparently doing some home construction project. He's redoing something, and he has a couple of permits. But it sounds like, according to some lawsuits, he is taking advantage of some of the permits he has. He is being accused of stealing sand from the beach, using excavators to dig up the sand and then bring it to his house to work on a construction project.
Wow.
People need sand. That's like a big business. Like I think like the president of Mexico a couple of years ago was like canned because he was stealing sand from somewhere or getting sand from Cuba and bringing it in. I swear I'm not making this up.
I didn't know you couldn't take. My guess is you can take a little bit of
Yeah,
sand.
you can't take like big scoops of it.
Right.
Yeah.
He has, the Tonka trucks.
Yeah, man.
And he's taking it to his house. So now he's in trouble, I guess, the billionaire owner of the Scotties.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much trouble is he in? He'll get slapped with a fine.
Right.
He'll
And he'll
pay
do it again.
What does he
And he'll
care?
pull out his walking around money and just
Yeah,
pay
correct.
And then they're complaining that the holes that he is leaving and the gasoline spilling in the holes that he's leaving. So now he's hurting the wildlife on the beach. And who knows?
it. Well, he's not supposed to take it from like your neighbor. I mean, you got to be a little bit more sly about it.
You get a little
trucked
bit
in
here
from
and
someplace-
there and
yeah.
there. It's like go down the line, just get a little bit. Also,
I'll
like,
tell you what. Speaking of Tonka toys, I can't tell you, as somebody who didn't grow up here, how big a deal it was to understand that Minnetonka is where they made Tonka toys. When I first moved here, I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
I was just mind blown by that. No,
Wait,
Sauce.
that's a real
actual-
thing?
Yeah.
I didn't
It
realize
is?
that.
I didn't
either.
know that.
Sauce's,
You didn't know that?
Sauce's
No,
face
I didn't
is
know that.
just as confused
Yeah, I
as
didn't know
when
that.
Chris
I thought-
said your
And I
You're
grew
not
up
making
there.
that up?
brother's sister, or
I'm not
brother's
making that
sister, your brother's girlfriend's name about 30 minutes ago. You're
no-
just
That's why
as
they're called
confused.
Tonka toys. Am I wrong about
I
that?
don't
Toys
think
and-
so.
There's no chance you
Wait,
didn't
hang
know
on.
this.
No, I did not know this.
Sauce just goes, I don't
Where'd you
think
go to high
so.
school?
Wait,
Sauce, where'd you go to high school?
Minnetonka?
Come on.
I didn't know they were made in Minnesota.
That's why they're called Tonka toys.
I
dog.
thought it was maybe something more like Tonka, Texas.
Okay.
I'm not smart.
No, it's not that. I just like
didn't know
Cory
that.
was just saying. You grew up there. I figured.
I had those toys. They were sweet. They'd get rusty and then you'd like get cut on them. But yeah, they were cool toys, man.
Percent chance that they were created in Minnetonka. You're looking right at me.
I don't.
I'm seeing that Tonka Toys, a Minnesota company that started in 1946, has moved manufacturing over the last couple of years. It started in Mound and in Tonka, and then has moved to Pawtucket, Rhode Island, over the years. So I guess it did start.
Maybe Peter works there.
You grew up where?
Minnetonka.
Is Tonka different than Minnetonka? There's not like a Tonka, Minnesota.
No,
is
There's
there?
a West
Yeah, so
Tonka, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's a
what-
West
that's
Tonka,
Mound.
yeah.
Mound West Tonka.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
look
my,
at lakes.
my town didn't do anything. I grew up in Lego, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Just worthless
You also
people.
grew up in Dildo, Minnesota.
I'll laugh at that. No shame. I'll laugh at that. I'll laugh
You can take the Cory out of dildo, but you can't.
See, now that's even better.
Yeah.
That's better. You're clever, Zach. That made up for the Fox CBS joke earlier. Or whatever
That was
it was.
not bad, Zacho.
Thank you.
Oh, so you'll laugh
you
at
guys
that?
love each other.
No, I meant the.
Oh, the dildo joke.
No, the dildo joke was great.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
think the
outstanding.
CBS one was bad either.
Oh, so you'll laugh at that.
Yeah, you don't laugh at anything I say anymore. It's like we're separating. You're not loving me anymore?
Oh, no.
I think you're great.
Okay. Oh, you're a terrible lover. You don't hold me anymore.
I don't want hold you.
Yeah. Don't make a weight joke. Just move on to the next clever story you have.
Those were the two. Really.
Okay. Let's go to break so I can eat more steak.
Okay.
I'm sad.
All right, we'll do headlines after this. The Power Trip Morning Show rolls on. Parker Fox is here. Ben Lieber is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
From playlists to stages around the world, Creed took the post-grunge genre by storm, and now they're set to hit the stage at Treasure Island. Join the Power Trips as Zeko Halverson and Amarni Gellner for a Creed pre-show party in the Parlay. A lot of P's. At Treasure Island from 3 to 4:30 p.m. on August 17th. We'll be giving away seat upgrades and Michelob Ultra Zone passes, plus KFAN swag. Full details at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Welcome back. Final segment of the Power Trip Morning Show. Wishing I was going to be at Creed on Saturday night, but I'll be here in Cleveland with the Vikings. Have fun, Zacho. That'll be super, super duper fun, man. Enjoy that. Lots of concerts this weekend in the Twin Cities, of course. And again, we'll be today, PA and Bursich and I down at Vikings joint practice with the Cleveland Browns. Yesterday, I was able to get some interviews and do some tweeting and such like that. So follow me at Chris_hockey, or you can just at KFAN, at Power Trip. We'll be retweeting that. I'll try to get you as much information as I possibly can. And hopefully, no more breakdowns on injuries and such like that as we go along. Back in the studios, though, the cast of thousands, including Parker Fox and Ben Lieber. Ben, Parker, good morning to the two of you.
And salutations and good morning to you, too.
Good morning.
Thank you. Parker, knee injuries for you in your career?
Yeah, I've had a couple. We were talking meniscuses earlier. I've torn all four of mine, so I think I kind of know how it goes a little bit. But I think, like we've talked about, I think JJ's they're gonna get on top of it. He's gonna be semi-healthy towards the end of the year. Like he's gonna be able to kind of practice, I think, towards the end of the year and hopefully get back in some reps. I know Ben could probably talk about how intense you're going at the end of the year. You're probably not doing a whole lot of reps with the ones, but, just being able to get back out there on the field and, get a feel during the season before they go into off season, I think will be good. And those meniscuses, they can be a little tricky. You want to make sure you do them right and you want to repair them because as an athlete, you got to be able to cut. You got to be able to, you got to be able to elude the defense. You got to be able to scramble out of the pocket. You got to be able to take a hit and feel safe taking a hit. So there's going to be a little bit of this and that for JJ, but I think it's not your most serious knee injury. People have to realize that it's a obviously it's a surgery. Surgery's not good, but it's not like he tore everything in his knee. He tore a meniscus, so I think he's gonna be all right. He's gonna attack the rehab.
Well, we all know that if Dr. Chris Larson did his surgery, which he did, he's in good hands and it's going to be completely fine. So he's the best. I will say this too. It's the thing that's important about this particular knee injury is which knee he had it on. He had it on his right knee. And as a right-handed quarterback, it is very important, as Parker was saying, not only to like elude people and you need it just for like overall athleticism, but that's the knee and that's the leg that you drive off of if you're throwing the football. As you drop back to pass, that's the knee that you're planting off of and driving off of as well. And if I remember correctly, is that the ankle that Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles on? So like you're trying to push off, so that right leg for a quarterback is more important than I believe your left leg as far as driving, pivoting, transferring that weight and that in the way that you throw and all your throwing mechanics. It's like a baseball pitcher. You really need that stability in that right leg.
Parker, how long after your first meniscus injury did you feel like you were back to 100%?
So I had the ACL with the meniscus, so I that adds up a little bit of time. But in terms of like meniscal stuff, they always say like you got to protect the meniscus from like deep squats and cutting and that kind of stuff. But once the ACL was healthy for me, the meniscus was healthy too, and that was probably a 7-8 month deal for me. But you got to realize, like, they're going to put JJ underneath so many different, situations where it just mimics kind of that loading back on that right foot to throw, whether that's, banded stuff or whether that's getting in a pool and doing it in a pool early. But they're going to put him in so many situations to be successful there with the meniscus. And like I said, it's not like he tore PCL, MCL, ACL. It's a meniscus. And obviously it's going to take some time. But for me, it was a little longer with the ACL, probably about a year till I felt solid. But I think he's going to be even shorter than that.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, Bursa said something that really stuck with me, guys. He said, treat this as a redshirt year for JJ. And you can sort of look at it that way, right?
Yeah.
It's, I would kind of mention this yesterday. I just kind of wish in the NFL they had a medical red shirt to where, not only are you sitting out, but you get that 1 year of eligibility, quote unquote eligibility, like they do in college. Like, I understand he's a first round draft pick. He's going to have 5 years, but imagine if you could just, as a team, now the NFLPA would say,
yeah, right.
Hell no.
Yeah,
but, imagine if this really was like year 0 on his contract, and then they had another 4 years really before they had to exercise any sort of 5th year. You get a whole other year to evaluate. But thus it doesn't happen, and he's correct. I mean, this is gonna be a red shirt year for him. Truly sit back and just take as many mental reps as possible. And it's not like he's not going to be able to throw. He'll be able to like do some static throwing here and there. So at least his arm's not going to get too rusty.
And on top of that, he's got over a year until he plays an actual NFL snap. Let's say he starts next season. That's over a year, and I think that's probably 6-7 months of a healthy version of yourself back out on the field to play again. So I think it's in a situation where you never want to get injured, but this is a lot better than him playing let's say he plays his first game week 5 and tears his meniscus week 5. Now it's like you're cutting into next year.
Very
maybe.
good point.
So, obviously you don't want the injury, but timing wise, this allows him to kind of redshirt.
Yeah, he'll have all of OTAs, all of minicamp to be 100% healthy.
And as you said earlier, Ben, and I think Hawk mentioned this as well, when you get the vote of confidence from your head coach that you're the guy, like we saw enough, we got what we needed out of you. I know you got to do more reps and all that, but you're the guy. That's also a huge vote of confidence. If you also know that, like, hey, we're going to bring back Sam, buddy, like this is still a competition. There's a little bit of like crap, like, but he knows he's the guy, man.
Yeah, and we've talked about this with cousin situations. Like, how much is a right amount of healthy competition even for quarterbacks? And even it's a different position because you kind of want to know from a leadership standpoint who your quarterback's going to be, and you just want to have one solidarity, one voice in solidarity on offense. Because it's not like other positions. Like, you encourage high levels of competition for all the other positions, but quarterback, we just seem to like, oh no, we need to like say who the guy's going to be. We need to declare who the guy's going to be. But I still think a healthy amount of competition is needed and warranted, especially for a young quarterback. So I do wonder how that's going to play in his psyche, knowing that, hey, I'm the guy. And maybe he thrives in that situation, or maybe he needs a little chip on his shoulder to where he needs to have a guy like Sam Darnold or a veteran guy that's always just kind of there, just nipping at his heels in practice, just kind of show him the way. I heard a great quote. I don't know if you guys have seen the Netflix special Sprint. It's about all the Olympic sprinters as they kind of followed them all last year in 2023. But one of the coaches said he tries to get his players or his athletes to always prepare like contenders. And I'm like, I love that quote, because that's in the spirit of competition. That's the mindset that you want. No matter if you're Sha'Carri Richardson and you're the number one sprinter in the world, you've got to tell yourself every day that I'm the contender. I'm not the number one. I'm the contender, even though that you kind of are. So it's a mental game that you got to play with yourself. And so hopefully, even though he's the guy, he can still prepare like a contender.
Also, one of the advantages of having us all here, Pete and PA and myself, is as soon as we get any real info about Jordan Addison, we'll make sure we let you know. So we'll keep you up to date on that all day today.
Right on.
How is the weather? You guys, is it hot out there? You guys sweating your bulls?
You know it as well as I do, man. Having grown up in this area of the country, it could be so humid and horrible in August that it's killing you. The sun was bright yesterday, but it wasn't too bad. A nice breeze. I think we got really, really lucky. I'll tell you one thing we're not going to get lucky with, though. Word is it's going to be raining on us on Saturday evening.
I know. I've got my little rain jacket already kind of set out to the side to pack for the trip.
I had no idea the stadium was basically on the water here in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that in the same footprint the old stadium used to be in, or do you know?
That I don't know. I mean, it's a great setup for all the teams and stuff that come in, because we could walk to the stadium. I know that we're going to take buses, but we could walk to the stadium. The coldest game that I've ever played in as an NFL player happened in that stadium when I was playing in San Diego. We flew in. I think we actually clinched our division and went to the playoffs in the game there, but it was a snowstorm, and I think at game time temp was something right around like 0, and then wind chill was like -15, -20. And it really was that wind off the lake right into the stadium was brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Stefanski, when he's, again, make sure you stay tuned because right as soon as PA starts, he's going to play the interview he did with KOC and Kevin Stefanski yesterday, the two of them together at the same time. I think it was Stefanski that said, no, it was KOC, said they played here one year, and when they started the game, it was 50 degrees and sunny, and by the end of the game, it was a blizzard. So, you never know what you're going to get with that coming off the lake.
Yeah.
The word on the street is they're going to build a dome here, Ben, which doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. I don't know about Cleveland with a dome.
It doesn't seem right.
No.
It seems like they should do some sort of retractable situation.
Yeah, do that.
But I get it. I mean, all these stadiums are trying to be multi-purpose. These
Concerts.
If these cities are going to pump in, 40% of the stadium cost, then you have to. You have to have a year-round facility that not only just does football in the fall, but you got to use it for all the other months and all the other weekends too. So I get it, but it is going to seem weird that you're not playing outdoor football in Cleveland.
Yep. All right, let's do some headlines, shall we?
Now it's time for headlines.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. If you want to get turned on, you can go solar with Wolf River Electric and get solar panels put on.
Yeah,
I'm doing that on Monday.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Beavis.
Those bastards putting those bastards on.
Yeah.
Wolf River Electric. All right, this is just kind of insanity. A high school basketball coach in Maine may have broken a Guinness World Record. Now, the May thing always throws me off because, like your guy, Mike Marcotte from Twin Cities Live is an adjudicator? Is that how you say it? I don't understand the May. He either did or did not, right? I don't quite get why we're not sure if this is a Guinness World Record. But in 1 hour, how many three-pointers, Parker Fox, did this high school basketball coach make? 1 hour, how many did he make? It may be a Guinness World Record. I'll let Parker guess first.
60 seconds?
See, I love it. You're doing the math.
1,500.
1,500, Parker says.
It might be a lot.
1 hour.
3,500.
3,500. So more than one. Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Almost
Good guess. That's a really good guess.
I'll say 850.
850. Hawk.
Because he's making them, right? He's actually not. It's not the amount of shots he's getting off. It's the number of makes, right?
2,358.
2,358. Zachary.
I would say 1,600.
1,600. Maxo.
Carry the 1 divided by 4.
Right.
Square root. Can't forget about the square root. I'm going to go with 945.
945. Okay.
Actual retail price?
I mean, Max wins again. 1,134, or essentially one every 3.17 seconds.
Yeah, I was trying to do the 1 every 3 second deal, but the math wasn't mathing
it's close. 1 every 3 seconds. Because again, he's got to make it, not just shoot him. So my guess is he is just rapid firing these things.
Yeah,
you think about even just doing that for an hour. Forget making them, shooting,
and you're getting tired.
Of shots.
Like your legs you're dying because it's like in shooting you're obviously using your arms, but like people don't realize your legs. His probably legs are just cooked, man. Yeah, that's impressive though.
That's a lot. 1,000.
Shout out that guy. Right. Shout out Maine.
A police officer in Scotland was honored for heroic acts of bravery.
Oh. Sweet.
Cool, right?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Sweet.
On that same night, he sexually assaulted 4 women.
My God.
Hero.
I don't think
that's what he got the award for?
No, that was later.
Oh, okay.
He was honored for heroic acts of bravery, and then that same night, he sexually assaulted 4 women.
Wow. He really celebrated hard.
He really would.
I mean, that doesn't seem to go together.
Where was his after party?
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Sauce, remember how earlier you had us guess which episode the witch was on Sesame Street?
147.
843.
A video gamer in Saudi Arabia has earned a Guinness World Record by hooking up blank number of video game consoles to a single television. How many video game consoles did this person hook up to a single TV?
Only like 4 HDMI cables, right?
Well, guess he's got splitters.
It's got adapters.
Because if the answer was 4, we'd all go home and just tie the record.
37.
Ben says 37. Sauce.
Oh, my guess is the second I say any guess, you're going to be like, well, math is stupid. 300,000.
That math is stupid. 300,000?
There's a lot of adapters.
You never know. Thanks, Ben.
300,000. Parker.
1643.
1643. Max.
I scrolled past this. I don't remember the number exactly. I think it's
you saw it?
Yeah, I think I saw it. So I won't guess.
Zach.
Like 18? I don't know.
Hey, Rosie.
Hawk.
You know, there's 2 on a splitter, right? So if you got, I'm going to say 392.
It's an insane number.
Chris wins. 444.
It wasn't 300,000.
It was not anywhere near 300,000. 444.
Jay-Z.
But the thing is, like,
I don't get it.
To break a record, obviously a record had to have been set.
Yeah,
So
I think
why-
the record was 4.
Yeah.
Well, right.
Parker had the record.
Yeah, was the record 4 and he just decided to go above and beyond? Or was he like, oh, I'm going to do one more than the previous
Also,
record?
yeah, when did he stop the adapters? Like,
Right, that's...
I'm going to stop splitting
Keep going.
the HDMIs at this point.
Why does he have like 100 PS1s?
Correct. Most of them,
Because he likes
Those
to
are
party.
expensive on eBay now.
Right.
They are.
More than 2,300 pounds of meth was found in celery at a Georgia farmer's market.
How much? Yeah.
They had to throw it all out. 2,300 pounds of meth. Ants on a log, right? This was meth on a log.
Meth on a log.
In a related story, a charity working with homeless people in New Zealand gave out candy filled with meth, but they were donated by a member of the public. 3 people were hospitalized. How about just let's not give people just random candy from... I mean,
don't do that.
I know it's a charity, so they have to accept donations.
Yeah.
It's meth candy.
Yeah, don't do meth candy.
Oh, man.
It's bad for your teeth.
Where are people getting all this meth?
I don't know.
I always thought about that, too. Like, when your mom was like, oh, make sure you check your candy. I was like, what, are people really injecting fentanyl and meth into candy?
I think it just takes one story, though. And you're like, one story from some random place, and you're like...
Isn't there a documentary about the reason that all of these foods now at grocery stores, have like... When you take the top off, there's like something on top of it. Because wasn't there like a lady in the 80s that was like poisoning food? I'm not kidding. I think
like
that's
the
a
little
documentary.
seal? Like the little...
Yeah, probably.
seal that you
She's
have to
the
peel
reason
off?
there's a seal now because brilliant. Hold on. Lady.
Lady putting...
Oh, yeah. It's called Poisoned, the dirty truth about your food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's like the motive, though? Like, you just are evil?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
guess,
to cause chaos. And
Yeah.
Talk dirty to me.
I just love when parents used to think it was weed. It was like, come on, as a stoner. I'm not giving my edibles to some punk kid.
Yeah.
Put your own.
Put a bud on a Twix bar. It's like, don't waste your weed.
Hey, Ben, really quickly, I know you got to go, but I think this is a really creative idea. And you know, I've never had a taco in my life. Cash those tickets.
Ooh,
Same.
That's what
Taco Bell announced they are bringing back one popular menu item from each decade. This is awesome. Check this out. So from the 1960s, they're bringing back the tostada. From the 1970s, the green burrito. From the 80s,
My favorite superhero.
the Mexican melt, whatever that is. From the
Mexican
90s,
the best.
is it really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
From the
I loved it.
1990s, the beef gordita supreme is coming out.
Jesus. Son of a bitch.
Raise the roof.
And
Why
then
did we lead
from
with
the
that?
2000s, the caramel apple empanada.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's good, too.
Everything else, in.
Yeah, but how genius of it! Like they're just doing a retro menu, saying this is the best of the last, 6 decades or something.
Yeah.
What a cool idea!
That's a good
I got to tell you, man. Up until like 2 years ago, they still had the Mexamelt. I wonder why. And it doesn't.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me that it's from the 80s because that is my go. Of every fast food item I've ever had in my life, Mexamelt's number one to me.
So good.
I wonder why they consider that the 80s.
I don't know.
Maybe that's just when it started.
debuted.
Yeah. When it,
Okay, got it. God, that's the best thing ever created from Taco Bell.
Taco Bell Wales.
Hawk, make sure that everything's warmed up for me, okay?
Wow.
I
Whoa.
will make
And
sure your
I would
side bed is
appreciate a
covered.
shower. That is one stipulation. I don't like dirty Hawk. I like clean
Text,
Hawk.
Whoa.
Hey.
Like dirty what?
Hawk.
text me when you're leaving the airport, if you would. I'll jump in the shower.
Don't forget the meat.
Oh, I won't forget the meat.
Jeez.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye, Ben.
Ben, bye, Ben.
Hey.
Ben, we'll see you on Monday for quarterfinal number 9.
Ben, bye.
There goes Ben.
Wait, what?
You wish.
Bye, Ben.
A guy in Massachusetts went out to buy his friend a birthday gift. What a sweet thing that he did there. But he got a little selfish. He bought some lottery tickets for himself along the way, and he won $4 million.
Oh, good for him.
That's
Cash.
super nice. Hey, don't worry. All the food we had out in the hallway is now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I was hoping to get a couple more pieces of bacon on the way out, but
Those are the vultures, Parker. They
Forget it.
I got this left.
Yeah, correct.
they
Meat sauce.
they don't know the show exists until there's free food here.
Yeah.
That's
why
not true.
we once had Raising Cane's dropped off,
Ooh.
and it was gone by the time the show ended. So then the next time Cane's came back, they brought a quote security guard and a velvet rope that they put around the chicken until we got it.
Did that work?
It did.
Oh, we need to get more velvet ropes.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean,
about
it is on a table in front of all the other studios, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Zach, you know a place we can buy velvet
Zach,
ropes?
we don't stand up for other people here.
I mean, velvet. I don't know about the ropes.
Whoa,
You can make them into ropes.
Okay.
Zach, relax.
Yeah, be careful with
Yeah,
what
be
you
cool.
make into ropes, please.
There is a new Nightmare Before Christmas Lego set that's being launched.
Let's go.
Sweet.
I gotta get that Jaws one. I think I'm gonna buy it and then just hold on to it for a handful of years, Paul, and see if it goes up in value.
How's your Home Alone one doing?
Whoa.
Skyrocketing, from what I've been told.
Home Alone.
Oh, that's probably the same price.
Wow.
All right.
Is your family out of town?
No,
Oh,
I don't get that joke.
thanks, Hawks.
Hawk, you keep listening, or maybe you've even completed that Office book, right?
Yes, it's great. I finished
And
it.
you're done, right?
Yeah.
Here's something. Maybe we've talked about this in the past. I don't remember, but it felt new to me when I read it this morning. At the end of season 9, which again was not great, they kind of had a story arc where Dwight was going to basically go back to working on his farm, right? He was going to start that farm with his brother and sister or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the Office was going to have a spinoff, and that was going to be it. It was going to be Dwight leaving Dunder Mifflin to run his farm. And that final episode was supposed to be the setup, and then they didn't do it. So when you're watching the final season, if you ever put yourself through that again, those last couple episodes where he's re-engaging with the farm, that's why they were going to do a spinoff with Dwight.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. That was basically the pilot episode, right? That they dropped, and then they just made that into one of the last season episodes.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think it was like a soft launch. Yeah.
It was going to be a pilot, and then they're like, this ain't going to work, so we need to do something with it.
Well, here's an interesting thing about that, and you know this, Cory, and probably everybody knows it, but just in case you didn't, do you know what show was a spinoff of The Office, done by the same people, but
Parks and
they
Rec.
offered that's exactly right.
Yep,
They
yep.
offered the creator a spinoff, and he said, I'd rather not do a show that's connected to it. I want to do a completely different show, but basically with the same concept.
Yeah, Mike
Parks,
Schur.
Parks and Rec is sweet.
It's elite. It's on the
hilarious.
Mount Rushmore
it's
of comedy.
It's so good.
It's so
So good.
Amy Poehler, man.
Never watched it.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
We were
It's so
robbed
good,
of a
Parker.
crossover episode. We should have got a crossover episode.
Yeah.
You know, they were going to, Amy Poehler was going to be Michael's girlfriend on The Office, and they decided they were too similar. So they just gave her her own show instead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that they worked in a whole bunch of people we had never heard of on The Office.
Yeah.
Like even when Kathy Bates came in as the owner of oh my God, how am I blanking on it now? Don't tell me.
Sex
Hang on. Of Sabre.
Hey, Zach,
Sabre.
will you ask the question to Hawk
/ Saber.
about Kathy Bates?
Yeah, that's such a good
Hawk, Wood Hawk.
Kathy Bates.
bit. Oh yeah, but
sure.
I would have preferred that to be somebody that wasn't famous.
Yeah.
As Joe Bennett from Saber. You know,
Although the Will Ferrell episodes are fantastic.
that's one of the best.
The juggling bit is
It's
one of the
epic.
funniest.
So funny,
Off
man.
the head.
Have you seen the bit where somebody
D'Angelo
CGIs
Vickers.
in balls?
Thank you.
Where they CGI in like he's actually
Hilarious.
It's so funny. It's
the
such
fun-
a great bit.
It's funny.
Was the Jim Carrey bit funny?
Not really.
Never touch another man's balls.
Such a good bit.
And
It only
Spader was
worked because it was a couple episodes, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Will Ferrell wouldn't have worked as the boss going forward.
no.
But those couple episodes were really freaking funny.
I just
Awesome.
watched those 2 days ago too, so they're
Yeah.
fresh in the brain.
So
Yeah,
good.
those are the best.
Parker, this book is fantastic. If you're a The Office fan, I finished it, and I got the audiobooks. It's pretty cool, but I'm sure that just reading it's fun too. But the name of the book is, because I get this question all the time, Welcome to Dunder Mifflin. That's the one that I just finished. It's
good to know.
a complete breakdown of it. It's a great book.
I'll have to get that. I have the Dunder Mifflin cards. I actually taught Taylor how to play poker last night with Dunder Mifflin playing cards
could sense it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically.
You almost summoned Cory.
Yeah, Cory, if you want to come over, anytime you want to come over. We don't have money to play with. We play with the other set of office cards, and it's like the people's faces. So like you can win like one Phyllis or two Creeds
Or a Stanley Nickel.
Yeah,
Or a
yeah,
Shrewd
exactly.
You can win one Phyllis Hawks in.
How'd she do?
She actually killed me. Yeah, we only played a couple rounds, just kind of introducing, and she won, I think, almost every round.
So she seemed to care, though.
She seemed to
like
care.
it?
Yeah, she seemed to like it. She said, I told her that you play a lot, and she's like, oh,
She said who?
That's going to swear.
But yeah, hopefully we can get her into it a little bit.
See, you're smarter than me. One of my favorite board games is this game called Blockus. And the first time I played it with I think she was my girlfriend at the time, played it with my now wife, Angie. I beat her, and she's like, I'm never playing this game again. At the game.
Okay.
Stop it!
You're a bad loser, dude.
And,
That doesn't happen to me.
and she never played it again. She's like, I don't want to play. Very smart to just let her win.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, I bet she doesn't want to play.
Let her win in poker.
She doesn't want to go through that.
She doesn't want to go through it again.
Yeah,
She doesn't want to talk about it.
cop, the heroic cop.
Did you guys hear that hackers may have stolen all of our information? It
Yeah.
sounds like they got our
Absolutely.
social security
We're
numbers.
done for.
They have our addresses. Some hacking group called USDOD claims they have stolen 2.7 billion records earlier this year from National Public Data, which provides personal information to employers, private investigators, and others doing background checks. They claim they essentially have all of our information.
Boy, they're going to be bored with mine.
Yep,
Yeah,
same.
well, they're going to be like, why does he buy so many Brazzers accounts?
They're going to try to help me out, actually. They're going to pay down my debt.
Right. There,
He pays for faketaxi.com?
as soon as
Wouldn't
they
you?
stole my social security number, Wells Fargo started calling them.
Brilliant, yeah.
So officials are advising people to, quote, monitor their credit reports and manage their passwords effectively.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means. How often do you guys change your passwords? Never.
All my
When they
passwords
made-
are the
Yeah,
same.
never until they tell
Yeah,
me it got
correct.
breached.
Even when they say, by the way, you should change it because it's been breached. Next. I just click, I'll wait on it.
Breach me, I don't care.
Whoa.
Breach you.
Hey,
Zachary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parker offered you $100. You said no.
Yeah. I took the blue bill out.
There were like 9 hot dogs. Parker asked him if he'd put them all in his mouth for $100, and Zach said no.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd have lost that bet.
Yeah, Sauce added in an extra 100 too.
Yeah, I said I'd put in 100 if we could send the picture to Kevin Fallness.
I'd pay $100 for a Mexamel right now.
Oh,
I'm freaking
yeah.
out. I got to get
Yeah.
one of those. I love those things so much.
So good.
Yeah, is that back now, or when does that come? Figure that out.
I don't know when that starts. I think they just announced it. Not sure if it's back yet or not.
We'll be
Hey, Cory?
patient.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you got more. Can I do
No,
one
that's
real
about
quick,
it.
though?
Go ahead.
Okay, from yesterday, we never got to this, and I love it. And everybody in the studio, tell me if you've ever met or currently know somebody with one of these names. Because there's a list of old school names online that they say will never be popular again. Okay? Do you guys know anybody? Have you ever known anybody named Elmo?
No.
no.
No. Kermit?
No.
No.
Not that I
How about
know of.
I mean, not personally. I mean, obviously, there's Kermit Washington, who was like an NBA player, but I've never met a Kermit in real life. That's the whole point of this game, obviously. So, no.
Number 3 is Gay, a woman named Gay. I have a very good friend whose name is Gay.
I work with a gay.
Yeah, wasn't he supposed to come in this morning?
Brilliant. Up high, down hard.
That was
Well
too
done.
easy. But I don't
no
think
gays.
that I don't.
No, I don't think
man,
I
I
Not
don't.
first name, no.
What about Gaylord for a guy? Nope.
No,
Never either.
last name I knew.
There was a nurse that I knew once that was a Gaylord.
I knew a gay lend, which is kind of weird, but
That sounds like paradise.
Tommy's running for president.
Six legs.
Where's Tommy at?
What about
Did his car
Errol?
on the side of the road.
What was it?
Errol, ERROL.
I knew it.
no.
Yeah, I knew it. Arrow.
Errol?
I
Did you really?
Yeah, back in down south, one of my friends, my family friends, I feel like his name was Arrow.
Yeah, there's some Errols out there. One of the Howard Pulley guys, Errol Carroll,
All right.
something like that. Yeah.
Julia Gulia.
Bartholomew.
No.
I've known a Bart.
Last names.
Yeah, I know Bart too.
I knew a Bart.
I
My
don't
guess is his full name was probably Bartholomew, but nobody called him that.
I do not.
Until when they found out that her name was Phyllis, nobody ever used Phyllis again. They're talking about your grandma.
Yeah, my grandma.
Saucy,
That
but
was
Phyllis
her first
apparently is
name,
on its way
Phyllis.
out.
Yeah, that's got to be gone.
Yeah,
Cletus?
Hog. Come on, Hog.
Hawk. What website are you on
Great
now?
name.
Do you know one?
I can't find it.
Yeah, it's never can't discover.
When Cletus was a bigger name, though, in the South, I would love to see the baby records from the state of Minnesota. Because my guess is there's 0 in 1952 born in Minnesota, right? And 52,000 in Mississippi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that name ever got past the Mason-Dixon line, basically. No way.
Don't you think anybody named Cletus is somebody who drives a boat for a living?
Cletus? Yeah, like in the Bahamas.
Brilliant. I get
Maybe.
what you're saying.
I don't know if they'd be allowed there.
I get it.
But
You can't
here's
find
what I
him.
find interesting. Apparently, they think the name Gary is gone and on its way out completely.
Gary.
Do you guys know any
on the
young kids
kick
named
drum.
Gary?
Gary Trent Jr.
That's the key, though. It's a junior, right? If you're not a junior, Gary is probably gone.
Gary Trent, his dad, who played for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Were any of those names what you're going to name your son?
No. Nope.
All right.
Not Cletus?
Tell me,
No.
are you?
Cletus would be great.
Cletus would
That would
be
be
great.
good.
Oh my
Cletus
God.
It'd be like an ongoing
I
bit.
can't believe I've kept this secret from all.
I'll give you $5,000 if you name your son Gaylord Lambert.
$5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000.
Think about it.
That'll be
That's a
cool
good
by the
point,
time he's like in kindergarten too. He'll be like the guy.
No, because kids are mean.
And then he can just go by Lord, the Lord.
Oh, Lord Lambert sounds
You can
nice.
just go by Lord. Oh, that's sweet. You should name him Lord.
Speaking of Lord Lambert, the Lamberts battle tomorrow in quarterfinal number 8. Sauce is taking on
Can't
John
wait.
Krasinski, Charch,
Sled.
Alexis Pearson,
Sled.
and his own dad.
Hawks lover.
Future grandpa of Cletus Lambert will be playing tomorrow in Initials quarterfinal number 8.
He's a slut as well. I ride him down the hill all the
Oh
time.
my God, your mic's still on.
Goodness gracious.
So one final day of Chris in
74.
Cleveland tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. No John Creasel, but it sounds like Marnie and Parrish, or at least one of them, might come in early. And then that group that I just mentioned, that's tomorrow.
It's a good
It'll
group.
be fun.
I'll
Parker,
get you
you're the
all
best,
the
dude.
info from camp today.
You guys
Follow
are
me
the
online,
best.
everybody.
Right on. Follow Chris on social media.
Thanks, Hogs.
Parker,
Thank you,
good to see
Parker.
you, dude.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, Hawk.
Thanks to Ben
Love
Lieber.
you.
Thanks to Tom Pellicero. 9 to noon next. PA probably sitting right next to Chris as we speak. Who knows? And again, don't forget Kevin Stefanski and Kevin O'Connell. An interview that they taped together with PA yesterday is going to be right at the top of the 9 o'clock hour here. So don't go anywhere on the Fan.
Bye, guys.
To listen back to today's Power Trip Morning Show or to hear previous shows, podcast us on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.